Welcome back, guys. Today is the big day. If you have early access to Starfield, you've picked up the premium add-on, the premium edition, you have the Constellation edition, you are going to be able to play Starfield today starting at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as it's a global release and it's launching in New Zealand today. So across the world, because it's launching there, it will be available. So it's a huge day. I'm super excited for everybody to be able to jump in and play. I'm excited to jump in and play and then just talk about our experiences with this game. Now, as we get to the launch later tonight, Todd Howard thanks the team, and we have this exclusive report here from Windows Central reading the internal memo that was sent out from Todd Howard to Xbox and to Bethesda. So let's just read through it. Goes over basically how this game came to be, and then how the support from Bethesda, Phil Spencer, and Xbox have been crucial in the development and the release of Starfield. So he says here, from Todd Howard, director of Starfield, I knocked on Robert Altman's door. Got a few minutes? Sure. It was early 2013. We were developing Fallout 4, and Skyrim was still enjoying enormous success. I was there to pitch him on our next game. It would not be a sequel to our current games, he looked concerned, but a grand space RPG and our first new IP in over 25 years. It would delve into the creation and the search for our place in the universe. It would explore the galaxy in ways only video games can do, and it will be called Starfield. And I guess he responds there saying, sounds fantastic. Robert would be the very first to believe in us, no matter the situation. Our path to creating Starfield would be a long, winding one where we made other games along the way. Fallout 4, obviously huge. Skyrim, SE, the special edition. Fallout Shelter, the mobile game. Skyrim VR, which is pretty cool if you've never tried that out. It's actually a neat experience. Fallout 76, which we know has had a rocky start, but it seemingly now is looking that it's like a great game to play. And then Skyrim, again, kind of poking fun at the amount of times that Skyrim has been released. He's on here and says the core development from 2020 to 2023 saw enormous changes in our lives, a global pandemic, Robert's passing, and becoming a part of Xbox. It's incredible to be at the moment where Starfield is finally launching this week. It only exists because everyone else believed as well. We've been supported for decades by everyone at ZeniMax, all doing their best work. Special thanks to our publishing teams who aim to create not just another release, but something that would capture the minds and inspire gamers everywhere. And to our partners in QA who had the difficult task of testing a game where anything can and will happen. And thanks to Jamie Leader and our admin HR teams who supported everyone during the most challenging years any of us have faced. And I like this part here because obviously he's thinking and talking about the fact that Bethesda games have come out with bugs because they are huge games. There's so much scope. It's hard to find everything that is wrong with them. And we are seeing reports before the reviews are out that this is going to be the least buggy Bethesda game. So that's a testament to the QA testers. Now, it says here, and of course, there's Phil Spencer. His support of every game and every player has been unwavering and fierce. Joining Xbox brought us closer to so many we had worked with over 20 years. I cannot imagine a better place to create games where the diversity of studios, creators, and games are allowed to flourish. This support came from the entire Xbox leadership team and all areas of publishing and dev support. Special thanks to the magicians at ATG, whose spells and incantations help make this our best performing game. So right there, Todd Howard is letting everybody know that this game is going to be stable. It's going to have great performance because of the advanced technology team, which I think is a very important team, especially when you're thinking of games like Baldur's Gate 3 right now, where the ATG team has to be there and try to get this game out on Xbox as soon as possible. So the ATG team, very, very important for the performance of games that do release on the Xbox platform. Now, he finishes it off here and says, most importantly is the team I work with at Bethesda Game Studio. It's an incredible blessing to be surrounded by so many talented and inspirational people every day. Moments like this make you reflect back. Some of us have been together for decades, some joined more recently, but everyone has the same passion. I could not be prouder of their continued dedication to create something truly special. Lastly, a huge thanks to all of you within the Xbox and Bethesda family. Your enthusiasm and encouragement have meant the world to us. Creating this game has been one of the most challenging and thrilling experiences of our careers, a journey we'll never forget. And as we come to the end of this chapter, we pass it along to you. Each of you is receiving the game with early access and can begin playing this Friday, September 1st. But since it's one global time, you can actually play Thursday evening. Thanks, New Zealand. We hope you get a chance to play and that your journey is as rewarding as ours. Definitely calling it here that he knows Xbox fans, people on Xbox fly to New Zealand whenever there is a first party game that is released, because of the fact that they have those global release times and the game will be out Thursday night. So today is the day. If you have the early access to the game, you're going to be jumping into Starfield. And I just can't wait to see all of the experiences that people are going to have, because we know they're going to be different with a major RPG like this. Now, Todd Howard also went into the Starfield subreddit to thank the people in there. He says here, "Hey everyone, longtime lurker here. A quick thank you for your passion and excitement for Starfield. I can remember when this sub started, and as it's grown, your excitement has fueled all of us at Bethesda. We like to say we have gaming smartest fans, and you certainly are. Starfield has been a labor of love for us, and the fact that all of you care enough to build a community around it means the world to us. We can't wait for you to play." So thanking the Reddit community, obviously sending out that internal memo for Xbox, because it's here. The game is ready to be played. Now, if you are wanting a dynamic background for Xbox, which is generally what they do now with big releases that do come out, a Starfield dynamic background is now available for you to put on your Xbox, which is pretty cool. I probably will switch it to that, at least for the foreseeable future, as I am playing through the game. And as we know, they recently did update the dashboard where you can see more of the background, so it makes these dynamic backgrounds far more enjoyable to have than previously when it was covered by all of the tiles. And I also like, if we're on the topic of the dashboard, where you're going across the tiles and it is changing the background if you have it set to that. So dynamic background for Starfield is currently now available. And let's talk about this here, because there was a discussion before Starfield was released, or maybe a couple of weeks ago, that there wasn't enough marketing around the game, which I thought was an absurd discussion, because this is a massive game. The thing that is going to sell this game more so than anything is just the word of mouth. The fact that there's hype around this, the fact that this is Bethesda's first new IP in 25 years, all of that type of stuff is what's going to push this game forward. Whether Microsoft does a ton of marketing or not, it's still going to sell very, very well. And we've really seen the marketing ramp up like crazy over the last week or so, and everybody's talking about this game. This is from footprints.gg, and out of all the games, Starfield far and away has had the most articles written about it, with 3,100 plus articles that have been written about it, followed by Armored Core 6 at 2,100, and then Baldur's Gate 3 at about 1,800 articles. So it is way more people are talking about Starfield now than any other game out there, and that's going to be the case for a little bit now, at least for a couple of weeks. It is going to be that main game that everybody's talking about, everybody is sharing on social media. It's going to be just a massive release. And if you thought that wasn't enough, just the amount of articles, the billboards that are going out, I think there's like thousands of unique billboards that are going out as well. If you don't think that's enough, here's a huge marketing campaign that they did just launch yesterday, and it is with Imagine Dragons. They've released a Starfield song called Children of the Sky. So that's going to be big, just for people who are fans of music, people who are fans of that band. They're going to hear this song, and if they don't know, they will be able to make that link and connection to the Starfield game, and maybe that will interest them in playing Starfield. So tons going on here with Starfield. And today, again, is the big day. I know I've said it like 5 times already in this video, but it's just extremely exciting that we are finally here after all of the wait, after all of the excitements and the delay and everything. We are finally here, and I'm just waiting now for my Constellation Edition to show up in the mail. Now let's jump over here, because there is other news other than Starfield that is going on. And this is a pretty big piece of news when it comes to PlayStation Plus. If you remember a couple of weeks or months ago, I forget exactly when it was, Xbox came out and they announced that they were going to be raising the price of Xbox Game Pass by either $1 or $2, depending on which subscription that you had. And $1 or $2 raise for Xbox Game Pass, in my opinion, is a very reasonable raise. It was something that I expected at some point in the future, with the amount of content that they are offering, with first-party games dropping day one, and then going into the acquisition of Activision Blizzard. I thought there was no way that they were going to be able to keep this subscription the same. And we're seeing subscription prices rise across the board on essentially all the different services out there, the Spotify's and Netflix's, stuff like that. Now, PlayStation Plus, on the other hand, is supposed to be that big competitor to Xbox Game Pass, and they didn't go ahead and raise their prices until yesterday, where they announced this, and it's actually a pretty hefty price raise, and it is by 35% for the 12-month subscription plan. So the 12-month subscription plans are cheaper than if you pay monthly, and they are still technically cheaper right now, but they have gone ahead and raised the prices, and these are the new prices. It will be $80 for PlayStation Plus Essential, the 12-month plan. The 12-month plan for PlayStation Plus Extra will be $135, and for Premium, it will be $160. And that's a 35% increase, because previously it was $60 for Essential, $100 for Extra, and $120 for Premium. So you can see that hefty price raise there between where it was and where it is going to be. This will actually be launching on November 6th. So they say here, for current 12-month subscribers, the price increases will not take effect until the next renewal date that occurs on or after November 6th. So it's going to be right now, if you want to go, I guess, double up on your PlayStation Plus subscriptions, you're probably going to have to go and get years, so that eventually when it does renew, it will be way after November 6th. So you're not paying this new price right away. But for anybody signing up after November 6th, or if their term expires shortly after it, you're going to be paying these brand new prices. And this, to me, is a far worse price increase than the Xbox Game Pass price increase. And if, just for the simple fact is that the value is not there for them to be raising the prices. Now, don't get me wrong. I think PlayStation Plus is a fine service. I think there's a lot of content there at the current price it's at. It is probably worth it for most people if they just want to jump in and play a bunch of games. The monthly games that they do get, they have some great ones that have been released. I mean, they're even getting Sea of Stars day one. They got just announced that Saints Row is coming, and it has gone much better since when they first released it. All of that type of stuff. I think there's a lot of good content on PlayStation Plus. However, I don't think it's worth the 35% price increase, because they don't have that value of the first party content that Xbox has. To me, this is a far worse increase, and we'll see. I have this theory that potentially they're raising it because they are preparing for more and better content to be coming over to the service. I could be completely wrong. Maybe they're just adjusting for inflation or whatever, but maybe they're thinking about putting first party games into the service at some point, or a couple of them day and date here and there. I've been saying this for a long time now, that PlayStation will eventually go along the lines of adding their first party games to their subscription service day and date, whether it's at the end of this generation or in the next couple of years. They know that this is going to be the way that they need to be able to compete and stay on par with Xbox. It's through their ecosystem, it's through subscription. One way to do that, easiest way for them to do that, is to just put a big first party game in their day date and just watch their subscriptions skyrocket. So maybe that's what they're preparing themselves for. So when that game does drop, people are not going to hesitate to pay these more expensive prices. But there it is, 35% increase coming to PlayStation Plus in November. And we have this tweet here from Okami Games saying, increasing the price of PS Plus by 35% while adding nothing. Not sure what Sony is thinking. It's true that the subscription prices have been going up across the board, but it's normally like 10% or less. Here are the next month's PS Plus games. And like I said, you got Saints Row coming, Black Desert, Traveler Edition, Generation Zero. I mean, that in and of itself isn't that incredible of a lineup, especially because a lot of people dislike the new Saints Row, and there's a lot of bad reviews out there for it. But there are some good games in that catalog. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to say that it's completely bad, but I don't think it's worth that 35% price increase. Now let's jump over here. This handheld, this PC handheld, the Lenovo Legion Go, has had zero luck with leaks. Like literally everything's been leaked before they have actually made their official announcement. And this is another leak, and it actually has to do with an advertisement for it, where we're seeing the UI and all that type of stuff, and it is heavily showing off Xbox Game Pass. It says here the Lenovo Legion Go handheld has yet another leak, this time for a marketing video showing the Windows 11 based handheld in action. The trailer focuses heavily on Xbox titles that are part of Xbox and PC Game Pass. Hi-Fi Rush, Ghostwire Tokyo, and Halo Infinite are among the games shown. You can see here in this picture, it actually has the Xbox Game Pass logo in there. And this is a huge thing, I think, for Xbox going forward. We are going to see a lot more iterations of these PC handhelds from different manufacturers coming out with their own specs, handheld PC with a different size screen, a different power, all that type of stuff. From what we know with these leaks, is this is going to be the most powerful one. It's going to have a bigger screen, an 8.8 inch screen, and it's going to have those detachable controllers. I'm actually pretty excited to see this thing when they officially announce it and potentially hold it in my hands at some point in the future. It looks like it'll be pretty cool. Even more excited than the Asus ROG Ally, to be completely honest. I have a Steam Deck and I didn't upgrade to the Asus ROG Ally. I just didn't think there was enough there for me to upgrade. This one, there may be enough there from the leaks for me to give it a try and trade in my Steam Deck. But this is the thing here. Xbox Game Pass is going to be so prominent on these devices that the discussion of whether Xbox is going to make their own handheld, it always comes up when we see these releases. And I don't think that they will, because they're going to continue to partner with the Lenovo's, with the Asuses, and the other companies out there, and just push Xbox Game Pass out there without having to put in the cost to create new hardware. So pretty cool. I'm excited to see when this actually does officially get announced. It's supposed to be coming out relatively soon, so hopefully we will see something in the near future with a marketing video and going over Xbox Game Pass and their whole UI for the Lenovo Legion Go. Now, yesterday we talked about the new hire for Xbox, and Phil Spencer actually congratulates the new hire, Mina, who is leading the work in Japan for partnerships, which I think is huge. Obviously, Phil Spencer talked about wanting to be bigger in Japan this generation. I think he's done actually a great job so far in terms of doing that by getting the Persona games, getting day one Persona games, growing out Japanese games onto Xbox Game Pass, and kind of just pushing the product out there more. And now there looks like there's going to be another hire, a Japan Gaming Category League that they are looking to hire. It was just posted, and you can see all the information about the job itself here, but they are definitely trying to expand out that Japanese team to get more on top of mind of Japanese gamers. Tango Gameworks is a huge step with the Bethesda acquisition, with games like Hi-Fi Rush, Shadow dropping. All of that type of stuff is great. They obviously are looking to expand more, either via partnerships, maybe via more deals to get games like Persona into Game Pass Day One, or potentially in the future acquisitions. We saw that leaked, or not leaked, but the document that came out during the court case about the potential acquisitions, and they had companies like Sega on there, which I think would be an insane one. But I feel like they're definitely looking to do more in those regards when it comes to the Japanese market. And let's end off with this. This is some big news. I mean, yes, Starfield is coming out today. That is the biggest news. However, the Elder Scrolls, I mean, that is probably their biggest franchise out of all of them, or at least it's my favorite franchise out of all of them so far, unless I guess Starfield takes over. But Elder Scrolls 6, we saw that splash screen a number of years ago. A lot of people got hyped up. Obviously, the game hasn't been able to have full attention with the development of Starfield going on, and now we have official confirmation that it is in early development. It is out of pre-production. This comes via Pete Hines, who, speaking to Vandal about the release of Starfield, comments as well on Elder Scrolls 6 saying, and yes, there are people working on the Elder Scrolls 6, but this is what the studio has focused on. So no, you're not going to hear soon about Elder Scrolls 6. Starfield is our focus for now, and it's going to remain our priority for a while before we talk about anything else. And then he was asked if it is still in pre-production, and he says, no, it's in development, but it's in early development. So obviously this is still years away, maybe even in the next generation. Who knows when Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be coming out, but it is in early development. They are going to probably start ramping up with a lot more time and resources into getting this game created. And it's just crazy to think about the Starfield coming out, day one release on Xbox Game Pass, and then the next generational RPG is going to be a day one release on Xbox Game Pass as well, and obviously a first party Xbox game. But I will leave the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to hit that thumbs up. If you are new here, hit that subscribe. And everybody, I hope you all enjoy playing Starfield. I can't wait to hear everybody's experience.